Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Thelma's Creations and More, where today I'll be sharing with you my review and my project that I did with the 5-piece die set that I got from bbcraft.com. And the first die set that I'm going to share with you is this little lace detailed frame die, and it came with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dies. What I can tell you is they all come joined when you first get them. They all come joined together. What you need to do, it has like a little piece of metal here. Let me tell you one mistake I made. I took my Tim Holtz scissors and I attempted to cut it. Well, first I messed up my Tim Holtz scissors. Yeah, I know. They're my favorite scissors and I'm going to have to replace them. So what I did ended up doing was grabbing my needle nose pliers that I have for jewelry. All I did was grab it with my needle nose, kind of just turned it, and the metal came right off. And I had all of them were linked that way, and it worked wonderfully. It left no sharp edges when I did that, and it was perfect. Like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. And they cut beautifully in my die cutting machine. All these little holes that you see here, they cut perfectly. 1 or 2 was left inside here. All I did was basically shake the paper and they shook right out. So these are the ones that cut out. As you can see, nice and crisp lines. No problems whatsoever. It cut like butter through the paper. The next one is the one I call these a cloud with points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, this one had little metal, like little nubs right here. The same thing. I took my needle nose pliers, kind of just turned it a little bit. It came right off, and I ran it through my die cutting machine. Perfect paper, perfect. And if you can see, it does a little bit of embossing all around the edges, which just adds to the character. See right there, cut beautifully, again just like butter. Now the next one is this like frame one, and this has stitch detailing. Again, it had the little metal nubs connecting all of them. Take your needle nose plier, grab it, turn it, and it pops right off. I do have some stitch dies. They're circles that somebody had given me. And when I would run them through my die cutting machine, the circle ones that I have, would impregnate itself to the cutting pad, right on the or the cutting tray, if you will, the clear cutting tray, and I would literally have to pry it off, and those were on my stitch circles. But these surprisingly cut like butter through the paper. I didn't have that problem at all. What I did was I ran them through the machine, and the dies did not get stuck on the cutting plates. Basically what they did, it just really just cut through the paper, and that's it. It didn't even get stuck on my cutting pad. So I was so impressed by that. And look at the fabulous stitch details on them. No problems whatsoever. On my circle ones, it gets stuck. The little teeth, right, that does the stitching pattern. On the circle ones that I have that are not from BB Craft, they get stuck, and I literally have to like peel them off of the die. And this one I didn't, and you can see that the stitching is just great. It's very consistent. It's beautiful. I really love the dies. They cut the paper like butter. And I had no problems with them. Again, this is the square, the rounded square. Stitching details. When you get them, they do have that metal nub. Again, you would take your needle nose plier, kind of just rotate it a little and they would pop right off. And again, it cut the paper like butter. And just look at the stitching detail. This is the front side. Look at the back side. See how the dye went through the paper? Just beautiful. I really, really loved. Look at the detail on them. That's the front side, and then this is the back side where the paper went through. I mean the dye went through. And look at the various sizes. Just love them if you're matting. I'll show you what I did with them in a minute. And last but not least was the hexagon set. Again, they had a little metal knob. You grab it with your needle nose pliers. You kind of just turn it, and the little metal knob, joining all of them together, will pop right off. And then you just do that to every single one, and no sharp edges stayed behind. Again, I loved it. They cut the paper like butter. And look at the consistency all the way around. This is the back side. I love the detail. Just love it. And I love that it's consistent all the way around. It kind of looks like a little rounded edge. It's beautiful. So, thumbs up from me for the 5-piece die from BB Craft. And I'll show it to you again. The hexagon set, the rounded square, the little frame, what I call the cloud with points, and then the lacy frame. And then let me show you on the paper, lacy frame, the cloud with the points, the frame. This one has a stitch detailing, hexagon stitch detailing as well, and then you have the round one, and they come in different shapes. And then this one also had stitch detailing. Love the dies, so I highly recommend them. So what did I do with the dies? I played around with them, and I made some embellishments for my upcoming journals. And so this was the little round one. What I did was I took some Tim Holtz Distressing Ink in yellow. Let's see if we can tell. This was like a yellowish color. It's called Straw. And then the outside was Vintage Photo. I did some stamping with some archival ink. A little butterfly I had stamped on some blue paper, a little piece of fabric, some lace, and then a button that I put some string through. And so now this is ready to be put on a page, in a pocket, in a tag, or use it as a journaling card. So that's one. Another thing that I got from BB Crafts was the roll of lace ribbon that came in ivory and white. So I just took some pieces and I used them to enhance my embellishments that I make. This that you see sticking up, that's a piece of lace. This is another embellishment that I made. I did some stamping, some archival ink. I took the white it's this shape, but smaller. And what I did was I just ran my distressing ink on top, and then I put a piece of that lace. I cut the little flower from a card that I had, and then on top of that I used this right here, which is glitter glue that I got from it's iridescent, that I got from Michaels, to give it some more depth. And then this is another embellishment. This was that lacy frame. Same thing. Distressing ink. I did some stamping some more of that lace, a flower from that card, and that glitter glue. Different shape, that cloud with points. I took a piece of lace and I glued it across. Before that, I did some stamping, glitter glued that piece of floral ephemera that I cut out of that card. Same elements, different placement of the flower, the lace, and then these three little dots are actually, if anybody's familiar with diamond painting, these are all my extra from my diamond painting. I just decided to put it into this, this is Kiss because fake nails came in here, but I had this laying around and I put my extra pieces in there and I use them as accent pieces on my crafting. So I put 3 of them there. Another embellishment for my journals. And last but not least is a little hexagon. The 2 diamond painting pieces. And this is the stamping. Again, vintage photo. Some lace. The floral details from that card that I cut out. And then I put some glitter glue. So I use my dies to make these embellishments. And the lace ribbon from BB Craft. I hope that you enjoyed my little product review. I really did enjoy working with the dies because they cut the paper like butter. And the lace is used, see, they're all the same, different die, lace, piece of flower, stamping, and the ink, and they all look different. So I hope you liked what I did for my little project. If you have any questions, please let me know. And those that are regulars on my channel, do you like the way this camera is set up? Is it better? I think it is because you can see it more with details. So there you go. I hope that you go over to bbcraft.com and look at their supplies. I will be linking the link to the 5-piece die sets. In case you're interested in ordering from them, you can click on it and it'll take you right to their website. If you have any questions, leave them down in the description box and I'll get back to you. And as always, my friends, I wish you happy crafting. Bye.